Prompted by violence from the extreme right, the 16 German states are unanimously backing a petition to legally ban the neo-Nazi National Democratic Party. However, the petition still has to be approved by the German parliament and the cabinet of Chancellor Angela Merkel.
I think the cabinet of Chancellor Merkel will also approve it, and then the Bundestag, the parliament, already said we follow the government. So 3 constitutional organs will go to the Constitutional Court and try to ban the NPD.
NPD stands for the name of the National Democratic Party in German, Nationaldemokratische Partei Deutschlands. This extreme right populist party, which glorifies the Third Reich, is suspected to be behind the violence against immigrants and foreigners. After an estimated 180 racist killings in Germany since unification in 1990, after countless assaults, swastikas painted on Jewish gravestones, immigrants beaten up at bus stops, stones hurled through the windows of Turkish shops, the conclusion has to be that Germany is losing the battle against the violent far right.
And in East Germany, you have certain towns, certain areas where kind of these anti-immigrant, anti-foreigner stand, this attitude basically is hegemonic, is dominant. And so these are rather homogeneous communities who have no experience with foreigners, and suddenly they have some foreigners in their midst. And they react with apprehension, and they are not used to it, and they have a problem adapting to it. And politically, then they tend to support anti-immigration forces.
In rural areas, such in the northeast of the state of Mecklenburg-Western Pomerania, the NPD is represented in village and town councils. Party members man the voluntary fire departments, organize sport festivals and summer parties, and run youth clubs. The NPD has never surpassed the hurdle of 5% of the vote to gain representation in the federal parliament Bundestag, but it does hold seats in 2 Eastern German state parliaments.
There seem to be violent groups which have connections to the NPD. The Constitutional Court would have to decide, is this NPD a party which fights the German fundamental order in an aggressive manner? And then even if it's hate speech, is it the opinion of the whole party? Can you ban a party for it?
A legal bid to ban the NPD failed in 2003. The Federal Constitutional Court threw out the case over the issue of government informants in the party's ranks. This year, federal authorities cut their ties to government informants and the NPD in order to help pave the way for another ban attempt at the Constitutional Court.
Germany is one of the few countries where you don't have a strong right-wing populist party now. So if you ban a party like the NPD, I mean, chances are that either there might be an even more extremist, militant, right-wing undercover operation going on, or at some point there might be somebody who thinks it's a good idea to found some right-wing populist party. And I think both things would be worse than what we have now.
The NPD has succeeded in intensifying the xenophobic atmosphere in some regions in Germany. But now it's not only facing an all-out constitutional effort to ban it. The NPD must also pay a fine of more than 1 million euros for cooking its books, to receive more money from the federal government than it is entitled as a legal political party. This is Wilson Ruiz for Jewish News One in Germany.